What's up everyone, my name is Bobby, welcome to my channel RFR, and I know exactly what you guys are thinking, great, another Street Speed clone. Well, not exactly, and to be honest, I've had more involvement behind the scenes than you might think.
Here with my buddy Bobby.
But my buddy Bobby was in
Hello to my new Twitter manager, runner. Got my buddy Bobby with me as well, repping the merch of course, and the two arms.
So cool, you were involved in a couple videos and now you're just trying to ride on the coattails of your best friend. Well, the Street Speed that you guys know now isn't nearly what the Street Speed was supposed to be. See, back about 3 years ago whenever Street Speed just started, Mike invited me over to his house one afternoon to spitball an idea because we gave YouTube a shot about 6 years ago, and it was involved around Top Gear, the show for BBC, and it actually had mild success. We had around 5,000 subscribers, but just with time, low budget, and just all of us headed off to college, etc. We couldn't pull it off. So this was our more rebirth whenever Mike finally could provide us with a legitimate budget, and we went over to his house and discussed it. A couple videos to no success, just like a couple handful of followers, nothing really big. Then he bought his Stingray, his 2015 Stingray, which is awesome. It's like great, finally some draw to the channel, and with this he took off. Thank God he went off by himself because the group dynamic doesn't really work with car vlogging. And eventually grew into the Street Speed that you guys know today. So after that bit of backstory, you can kind of see I'm riding on his coattails, but not really, because the end goal was always supposed to be for us to have a car channel, and it seems that this is the better route to go, where it's just like a partnered type thing, where like it's like, okay, there's Nick, there's Troy, there's Andy, all these guys, like, and it works better whenever everyone has their own outlet to express themselves and do their own thing. Alright, so two vehicles that we're starting out with.
My 2008 Nissan Xterra, 2012 Volkswagen GTI.
Alright, before you guys tune out, I have two vehicles also on retainer. My dad's 1968 Camaro RS, which, I mean, it'd be fun just to have as like a guest car on the channel, and I also have a 1983 Trans Am, which is a total shell basket case car, but it'd be nice to one day get this up and running and eventually be competing in these drag callouts that we have for YouTube. Really awesome stuff. So I don't want to like down my cars because Nissan Xterra has been great for me. It's taken me cross country twice, moved me around, just been a ton of fun. And the Volkswagen, just a nice little car, like no modifications done to it. So let's get started on the Xterra.
First thing on the vehicle I want to tackle is the air filter, because this thing taken me across country twice. I lived in New Mexico for about a year, did a lot of off-roading with it, and the sand out there isn't like what you see on like the Jersey Shore or like in California. It's like very fine powdery, like baby powder sand. So hopefully this isn't too bad. I actually love to get people's opinion on these air filters. This is K&N, and it's like there's like oil or something apparently in the filter that is not good for some type of air sensor in the intake, which I would hate to have happen. I mean, I've heard good things about these filters, I've heard bad things. It's like hit or miss, but they're washable, reusable, which I don't really care about. I mean, it's an air filter, you replace it like what, once every 2 years. Bang them out, hit it with an air hose. So yeah, if you guys have any feedback on these things, please let me know, because that's what's going in this thing. It's one thing I always tell people with car mods. I mean, not this is a modification, but whenever you are, like, if you have a wife or your kids are just starting out driving, the best thing for them to do is replace their air filter. It doesn't give it more horsepower, really, even though it claims to. But with this, it definitely needed it. I mean, the air filter was at least 4 years old, which is just absolutely terrible. And obviously, you have to put the cool stickers on so people know that you were a total badass. Now, onto this. Even though it looks totally rigged up, this aux beam light bar I got, I'd say about a month ago, finally got around to installing it, and it looks clean and looks good. I've heard a couple people say, oh, you can't put it here on the Xterra because it blocks like your airflow and your engine's gonna overheat. That is, Jesus Christ, I don't even know how you can think something so stupid. But anyway, my issue is whenever I turn it on in my truck, here I have the hot wire coming off here off the battery terminal, which is just a total mess, and it leaks. I need to put some baking soda on that to stop that. Gotta like actually install it here because it looks terrible. I have the red wire running here, goes into the cab like through the little like firewall, and then it comes back off the switch with your ground and neutral wire. I have it grounded out here, and then these two wires running down, and then the aux beam itself actually has a ground wire. Now my issue is whenever I turn the light on, like the switch, it lights up, but only the left side and right side light up, and they're very dim. So I don't know if this is my truck needs a better battery, or somehow I have this wired up wrong. I mean, I know it's really hard to explain over video, and it'd be hard for you in the comments to explain what is messed up here, but that would help out a lot. But there we go, the first two, I guess, modification and installation on the truck. Also, I know I'm going to get crucified in the comments for calling this thing a truck. It's just, I call it a truck because, first off, it's built off the Nissan Frontier frame, and second, it's so much easier to just be like, hey, let's get in the truck, let's go use the truck, rather than let's go in the sports utility vehicle. So there's my explanation for that.
So Mike has been my best friend for about 8 years, and with this channel I've explained how he's gone off and become super successful, and I'm super happy for him. And it's nice for my chance to get a chance to live and do YouTube, not for the money, not for the fame, none of that, just purely for the fact that I've always loved making YouTube videos, and it's nice to have the exposure from my best friend. Now on to the one point that I really wanted to make with this video was I loved back whenever Street Speed first started, and how like he was able to respond to every comment. He was able to respond to every fan. Like the fan mail was just like way more in depth, and that really isn't the case anymore. It's not because it's his fault. It's just like once you become like celebrity status in a sense, you can't give the individual time to each fan, and I would love to do that with this channel. So if you missed out, like I see a bunch of comments where it's like, I've been here since the Hellcat. Well, like I've been here and I got to see it since like the very beginning, since the channel was made and created. And it was nice to see that. So if you missed out on like the Street Speed and the club in a sense that took place back then, now's your chance. This isn't a sales pitch, but it's nice so you can see behind the scenes. You can sort of get a glimpse of like the big picture and get contact with the 717 crew, which would be awesome. So I would love to have that club atmosphere with my channel, with all the fans that would love to join me. So that'd be awesome. I want to get a ton of new content up on the channel. Mike and I just went out and shot a video, like a bunch of cool stuff. Again, I really want to stress this. This is not Street Speed 2.0. That's not what this is meant to be at all. This is a totally different thing I'm going for here. I want to have my own original thoughts and videos and everything to be very original and not like a clone of his channel. So everything is meant here to be like, okay, my best friend's Mike, famous, successful YouTuber, and here's RFR, and it's just like, okay, we kind of like meet up every once in a while, do like a little collaboration or something like that. So I hope you guys are cool with that. Until next time, guys, take care.